What's good, everybody, man? Life with D Black back with another video. As y'all know, I've been talking about, you've been asking how much my K24 swap cost. I wrote the list and I got the numbers broke down and everything on how much I spent, how much you could spend, how much you could save, and basically a ballpark number on how much you'll spend on the K24. And I'm gonna also speak on what I would recommend on if you do K24. So let's get right into it. The K24 A2 is what motor I have. It's basically a 04 TSX engine. It's the best K24 engine that you could buy. So it's the K24 A2. It's a long block, and that cost me $1,200. The reason it was $1,200 is because it's a long block and it had a low mileage on it, like 50,000 miles. So that's a win-win. I also bought the engine from Concept Racing. I'll put their information right here. $1,200 is like a lot of money for a K24, but like I say, it is the long block, and you can find these engines anywhere between, some people found K24 A2s around $600 and between $600 and $1,000. So you could plus or minus how much I spent, around $500 or $600. You can find some for cheaper, but like I say, I got mine with a warranty, 6-month warranty, and I also got a long block, and I also got it with low mileage. Next, intake manifold coolant adapter. That costed me $50. Felipe, buddy, basically the guy who did my swap, friend gave me his, and it was $50. They do sell these like K-Tune, not K-Tune, Case, is it Case? Yeah, K-Series manifold coolant adapters for about $100. So I got mine for $50. So anywhere between $50 and $100, you could find one of those. It's an intake manifold coolant adapter. So I also bought a clutch pilot bearing that costed me $9. So you could just round it up to 10. And for all of that, for the labor for my swap was $400 because he did it at home. It wasn't a warranty with it. And yeah, he basically did it at home. He did do the swap correctly. And, you know, my car was riding good. Only thing is, you know, I was riding dry, as y'all seen last video. And if you watched to the end of the video, I was riding dry on transmission fluid, and that's what messed my trans up. But that's, the labor was $400 for that swap with all those other pieces I named. Coolant was $15, transmission fluid $15. I didn't buy transmission fluid because I actually forgot to buy it. I don't know if that was, if he didn't put transmission fluid or not, but I don't know. It was $1,740 to swap, basically. That's the total. What I paid out of my pocket was $1,740, $1,700, $1,740. Now, this is what I would recommend. And also on each of those items I named, I am going to pull the pictures up. I'm sure you already seen the pictures, but I'm thinking of this as I go on with this video. You could, out of that $1,740 I spent, you could plus or minus out of that total $500 to $1,000. Like I say, I spent $1,740. If you find a engine for $600, knock $600 off of the $1,740, you down to $1,100. Or if you find one for cheaper than that, you knock it down. But also you got to knock down and think about the labor on who's going to do your labor. I got quotes from different places. One guy was going to charge me $650 to swap, to K-swap. Another, Felipe charged me $400. Concept was going to charge me like $750. So you got to find out and find your wiggle room and see, you know, who's working with you and the best prices to save money and keep money in your pocket. If you got it like that, man, take it to Concept Racing, take it to Joe Tech, take it to a big place. All right. Here's a few things I would recommend, and this is what I would recommend if you are planning on swapping, and if you do plan on turbo in your car when you swap. I mean, most people swap in turbo, so this is what I would recommend. I would highly recommend upgrading your clutch when you do K24 swap. Why? Because when you throw that K24 in, you boosting the torque of the car, and that's way more wear on the trans. So this trans isn't used to, you know, a 2.4 liter is used to a 2.0 liter. And I'm telling y'all, I'm not lying. The K24A2, the A2, is way more torquey, man. Like I said, it felt like I had put a turbo kit on it. But definitely would recommend upgrading the clutch. You could go stage 2 or 3. I'm going stage 2 because, you know, that's what my buddy told me that's probably perfect for practical, like, daily driving up until I do go turbo. So definitely would recommend upgrading your clutch. Highly recommend upgrading your clutch when you swap. So you could also save you a headache later on, because if you plan on going turbo, you're going to have to upgrade the clutch anyway, because you can't drive a turbo. You can't drive a K24A2 with boost with a factory clutch. It's gonna mess up. The clutch, I paid $400 and it was a spec stage 2 clutch. Rear main seal, flywheel, and yeah, rear main seal. I highly recommend a rear main seal. That's to keep oil leaks and trans leaks and all that. Get it nice and sealed up, perfect. Trans rebuild and parts to replace the trans. I had to get my transmission rebuilt. I'm not telling y'all to get y'all transmission rebuilt if you get a K24A2, but in my case, my trans had 230,000 plus miles. So I was gonna just ride it with boost until it blew up, but I'm kind of glad this happened. So I'll have a fresh engine and trans. So when I do go boost, it'll be definitely more reliable. Long as I'm riding it with low boost, let's put it like that. Yeah, so the rear main seal, flywheel, trans rebuild, and parts with labor included was $750. So clutch, trans rebuild, rear main seal, flywheel, and all that was $750. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, $1150 for basically what's getting done now. The labor for my clutch wasn't included, so 11, 12, 13, 14, $1550. So that's basically what I'm paying out of pocket, is $1550 to get my stage 2 clutch, rear main seal, flywheel, rebuild transmission, and the labor for all of that. $1550. Let me break it down to y'all. $1550 may sound like a lot to y'all for all of that, but Concept Racing was about to charge me $1,500. And I'm not bashing Concept Racing. I'm just saying this is the numbers you get in this Japanese world and JDM and all that, man. You get your numbers. You can get a high quote, or you can get a very low quote, or you can get a medium quote. Concept Racing was about to charge me $1,500 just to just for me to bring my transmission there, already dropped out, for them to send it off to this company. The company would rebuild it, send it back, and then I would have to get it put back in. $1,500 just for that. I still have to pay to get it pulled, which is about $300 for certain people. $300 to pull it, $300 to put it back. That's $600. So y'all do the math. That's $600 to pull it out and put it in, and $1,500 for the rebuild. That's $2,100. So that's $2,100 for a rebuild trans. And I just said I'm getting all this done for $1,550 for rebuild trans, flywheel, clutch, all. So I'm saving about $800 roughly. And yeah, you could plus or minus $500 to $700 on labor. It depends on who you have doing your all your work and stuff. Like I said, Steven, the guy with the Type S in the previous videos, when I drove his Type S, and the guy who helped me when my car was tripping, he sent me to this guy, Ricky Lee, and Ricky Lee work at Speedworks. And I'll put all his information right here. Highly recommend it. And like I said, you could plus or minus $500 from this total, which the total for my clutch, rear main seal, trans rebuild, and labor was $1,550. And basically, that's what I would recommend y'all to get. Well, excluding the transmission rebuild, I would recommend y'all to definitely get rear main seal and upgrade your clutch if you do K24 swap. And if you plan on going boost. If you don't plan on going boost, you'll be fine with your factory clutch. Even if you go full bolt on with your factory clutch with a K24, you should be straight. I say. Other people may say different. But like I say, $1,550 for the clutch, Rear main seal, flywheel, trans rebuilt, and labor and all that, $15.50. Great price to me. I know a lot of people don't have money like that sitting around. I don't either. That's why I had to send my turbo back, because I had a feeling. I wanted to be prepared if some shit jumped off. And luckily I was prepared. My money's back stacking up, so I'm one step closer to the turbo when I do get ready to do that later on in the year, or probably next year. We'll see. I'll keep y'all informed on that. Y'all subscribe and stay tuned. So yeah, $15.50 for all that. So the grand total for everything, what I paid out of pocket since I bought the K24 up until what's getting done now is $3,290. So we could say $3,300. So for everything was $3,300 for my swap. I'll just say for my actual swap, it cost me $1,740. And that was just for the K24 intake manifold, coolant adapter, clutch, pilot bearing, labor, coolant, and trans fluid. That was $1,740. For all the other stuff that you highly need, it went up to $3,290. Y'all definitely need it. So it's up to y'all if y'all want it or not. But like I say, thank y'all for tuning in with this video. Life with D Black. Until next video, comment down below. So yeah, man, that's what I would recommend definitely if you plan on going turbo. Most people do plan on going turbo. A lot of people like staying NA, man. It's definitely a self-preference. I don't judge if you plan on going NA or turbo. I mean, you have to go NA anyways to go turbo. You have to go full bolt-on before you go turbo, of course. So, like I say, man, I'm new to this JDM stuff. I did have a 10th gen Honda Civic, and I'm liking it, man. And I'm turning my Acura not only into a nice daily street car, but it's gonna be a race car as well, and it's gonna be reliable. So I'm gonna ride it with low boost and all that's later on stuff. But y'all just definitely subscribe and tune in on this channel. If y'all comment stuff y'all want to know, I will definitely drop a video on it. I've been telling y'all I have a video coming on, you know, how much it was for my K24 swap. Here's that video. Thank y'all for tuning in with this video, man. And $3,300 was my grand total, and I will leave all the pictures and information of the stuff that how much I paid for it and all that. Y'all could like get like exactly what I bought for my car if you have an Acura RSX. This is how much it cost me for my Acura RSX, the base model, not a Type S. Prices are close to similar on a Type S, I'm sure. Now if you have a SI, if you have a like, let's say like a hatch, like a B series hatch, or you have a 9th gen or 8th gen Civic, or any of those cars, say you have an Integra, say you have a different varieties of vehicles that you plan on swapping, man. That's just the ballpark number for me. And like I say, this won't be your total, this was my total. So like I say, $3,300 was the grand total. Comment down stuff you liked about this video. Comment stuff if I didn't cover it in this, which I highly doubt it, but if I didn't cover it in this, go tune in on my other videos when I was explaining. Small update for you guys. My car, the parts most likely came in today. I haven't hit up Ricky today. He's been busy. And with this type of stuff, you really don't like rushing people on when they're building your car and other people's cars. So car parts should be in today for the transmission rebuild, the rebuild parts. Oh, another thing, I'm getting my I'm gonna just save that. I'm gonna save it. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But just know I'm getting one more thing done to the car while Ricky has it, man. That's all I'm gonna leave y'all with. That's a little hint for y'all that's really been tuning in with the videos. Y'all kind of already know. But yeah, man, one more thing's getting done with the trans rebuild, the clutch, and one more thing. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with this video. Life with D Black. Until next video, play ball. Peace.